On Tuesday, September 14th, 2021, we're going to call this meeting to order. We do have a quorum, so we will continue. First item on the agenda is approval or disapproval of the minutes of the June 8th, 2021 regular meeting. Those were previously provided. Do either of you have a question about them?
I wasn't here, but I think it's okay for me to vote for
It
approval.
is.
So, I just did not make the motion, but I'll vote to approve.
I'll move that we accept the minutes from June 8th meeting.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second? Have a motion and a second to approve the minutes, June 8th, 2021. Roll call vote, please.
Richard. He's not here anymore. Rick.
Yes.
He's still here.
Melissa.
Yes.
Randy.
Yes.
Okay, that motion is approved. Next is the financial reports as of September 2021. Those have also been provided. And are there any questions about anything on those?
It was fine to me. I went over them last night.
Is that a motion?
Yes.
Oh, for what? Okay, what's your motion?
I move we approve them.
Okay. Have a motion, do I have a second?
Yes.
Second, motion and second to approve. This is a hard group to deal with, you know.
Yeah.
To approve the financial reports
Yes.
as of September 2021. Roll call vote.
Randy.
Yes.
Rick.
Yes. And she's already voted, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got ahead of you.
I know you did. What about the outstanding bills? We got any?
The only thing we have is a transfer to the committee and pledge to the committee.
And how much is the transfer?
Transfer's 1,000 and the pledge is 7,500.
Okay. And I assume we have the resources to pay our pledge.
We do.
Anybody want to make a motion to approve those?
I move that we pay our outstanding bills.
I'll second that.
I have a motion second to pay our outstanding bills, including our transfer to the committee of $1,000 and our payment of our annual $7,500. Roll call vote, please.
Randy.
Yes.
Melissa.
Yes.
Rick.
Yes. As part and parcel of your agendas, you see we have a board meeting for the 2022 calendar year. Those meetings are all at this time scheduled quarterly on the Tuesday beginning at 8 a.m. here. Where, we don't know, but it'll be here somewhere. Is there any questions or anything about the calendar that we need to discuss?
The only thing that I would add or suggest, we got an email here a while back from the Norman City Council. It was a deal where the police, Norman Police Department had a suit with the town of Norman, city of Norman. And in that, we got a suggestion made that we, at the top of each agenda, that there's a paragraph that allows any agenda item to be amended during the meeting because of maybe like a typo, what have you. And we went and got an opinion for our meetings from the DA, and they suggested rather than throw up a red flag with it being at the top of each agenda, that we put it on this yearly meeting before we filed it, that can happen.
I know what you're talking about. That had to do with the defunding of the Norman PD. And what they ended up doing is they amended that to reduce funding for the PD during the course of the business meeting. And they sued and said, well, you can't do that because it's either approval or disapproval of the budget. But
Well, I mean, that was, we run into on our agendas, the commissioners meeting of a typo or the verbiage. It may be just a little bit different than what we intended for that agenda item to say. It's not a huge change, but and it allows that to happen if, and Wesleyan's suggestion was that we put that on this calendar deal with our meetings, and we don't put it on every on every agenda item. I'm just bringing it up as a little bit of protection. If there's a typo or something on the agenda item, then you're really supposed to table it and do it at the next meeting.
Well, I'm gonna, not to tell you, I may disagree with the assistant district attorney, but I'm not sure I would agree that it should be on our board meeting, just our agenda, not on our agendas, but on our scheduled meetings. It really seems to me it would be appropriate and more in line with the Open Meeting Act to actually have it, if we're gonna put it on.
I'm not gonna make a legal argument, I'm just told what we were told, and what they did is that if it wasn't, what their thought was, that they weren't too cracked about us putting it on every agenda, but where we only have 4 meetings, that's a little bit different here. You follow what I'm saying, but I just wanted to bring that up before we approved this deal, is what, I mean, I like the idea of it, to be able to go ahead and critique a little bit, on an agenda item. And we went to find out what their opinion was, and that's what we found out. So,
my recommendation would be, if we believe this is the correct calendar, we do that. If we want to review that, I'll be happy to also visit with the district attorney's office to see what their thought process is, because we could amend that if we need to. Next week.
well, I'll tell you, and I won't say any names, depends where I'm came from, but one ADA thought that might throw up a red flag to some individuals in Alva that are one in particular that's a big constitutional guy and doesn't like the income tax part of the Constitution and all of that, and that might that they just hated to see it on every agenda is what. But like I say, that's just a little food for thought, but I thought since we were approving this, I'd bring that up, and or voting on this, I should say. I'd make a motion, we approve these dates.
I have a motion, second.
Yes.
I have a motion, second, for approval of the meeting dates for calendar year 2022. Roll call vote, please.
Rick,
Yes.
Randy,
Yes.
Melissa.
Yes.
Okay. And I'll visit with the DA's office to see if there's some argument that goes both directions on that. About,
Right, I can
about
see
whether
that.
compromises the Open Meeting Act. But anyway, number 6, update, discussion, action regarding Winoka Inc.
I've had no calls or anybody interested at this point. That doesn't mean that won't change, but as of right now, it's still vacant, signs up.
Are we doing any advertising anywhere with that? I mean, on our website or?
We probably will on the website. And yeah, I think the website will be up and running by the end of this month. I mean, I'm hoping. So.
It seems like that'd be an obvious place for us. I don't know, does the chamber have anything on their website, any place for
Now, I don't know that they
local
have
businesses or?
Probably not for Winoka area, but what we've got a spot on the website for industrial buildings, vacant industrial buildings, so that will be all on there.
Okay.
Is there still a sign up down there?
The last I knew there was, but now, don't hold me to that, because I haven't.
Well, and I
paid
can't say
attention.
that there ever was, I just was thinking there was.
Well, I thought there was too, cause we got that sign and post that he'd put it up, so.
We probably ought to check that out though. I mean, cause if we
Oh,
don't
that's-
have one, we really ought to have one then.
Yeah, I'll ask. If not, I'll take it and put it up.
Okay.
Alright, is that it?
That's it.
Okay. How about the airport project?
Still waiting to get a new survey. But, at this point, we don't have, any plans. Now, I do know that we've sent in RFIs on some airport projects, and I'm sure we weren't selected, but they were pretty big projects, so, but we still want to get something going there.
On that survey, has the city indicated timeframe?
No,
Okay, I'll call Angelica and visit with her about that,
okay,
see if we can prod them, because we need to get, this thing has just been dragging on for a very long time.
right, I know they've been swamped
Yeah,
with one
they are.
thing or another, but,
But if we had a business or something, we don't want to be in the process of, now we've got to.
good survey, yeah, that's
So,
not the time to be doing it.
Okay, I'm not aware of any new business. Are you, anything's come up since our agenda?
No,
How about our executive director report?
we've been pretty busy, trying to get a company out of Oregon to relocate here. And I got a call from him a couple weeks ago, and not only is he wanting to expand, build the expansion part here, but now he's saying he's gonna bring everything here. And he said, when I say everything, Neil, he said, I'm talking about my mom and dad, her mom and dad, brother-in-laws, I mean, everybody. So, and, so 96% sure that they will come this way. When, I'm not sure. His desire now is to locate at the Avard Rail Park, because he'll have lumber railed in. And, so that's kind of where that sits at this point.
What about employees, roughly, any estimate?
Originally, he said 17 to start out. Well, if they bring everything here, it'll probably start out around 17, but I think we have a chance in the next 5 years to go to 40 to 50. So, they're gonna expand their lines and the things that they do. And,
That being what?
okay, right now they just build customized greenhouses. I mean, for your backyard, not the other kind. Well, I suppose you could use that, but they're cedar ones. They're really nice, sturdy, and I've looked at them, saw how they were built, and everything they do at this point is all by hand. I mean, like you were in your garage building yourself a greenhouse. I mean, they do have some dies that they set up, but basically the sawing and everything's by hand. He's wanting to automate, so I've got him set up with the tech center on, with an individual that used to do the lean manufacturing for the state, and they're gonna work with them. They're gonna also show them some other equipment to where it's more automated to some extent. And so hopefully before winter hits, they'll be relocated here. He had me go out and FaceTime some homes, and so did that, and the whole family was, watching, and so hopefully we can get them here. I mean, I think it'd be a huge addition to our area. They'd fit right
Do
in.
they like to go out and cut cedars down?
Those kind won't work. Because
Okay,
we already had that
that's
conversation
too bad.
with Tom Lucas and, you know, all these
Right.
people, and the cedar that we have here is too soft. You know, the screws will eventually pull out, and they're getting their cedar way up in Oregon, you know, where the cedars are huge. Because, and this is something I would probably not have thought about, but you take a big tree, you're handling that one tree. Well, you can get, and this is just a guess, it's not reality, but you can get, say, 500 board feet. You take a small one, like the big ones we have here, you may get 50 to 90 board feet. Well, they still have to handle that tree, which makes the cost of the little one go up. So, never dawned on me.
Well, it's just a thought.
Yeah, no,
We
that,
have a few cedars around here.
yes, and that was definitely thought of.
Come up to my canyon if they wanted to.
Yeah. And website, like I said, I hope will be done by the end of this month. We're gonna have a time where the board can look at it, and then we can make suggestions and all that kind of stuff. So I'm now working with the city's Economic Development Committee, and we meet every month. And what we've done is prioritized things so we can work on one thing at a time and make sure it gets done, and then go to the next one. Not that we're working on one at a time, but at least we're focused on that one. We've had a company come in, and we're looking at Wi-Fi downtown on the square, the rec center, airport, places where visitors and things like that could benefit from Wi-Fi and internet. And so we're working on that project. They've helped us identify grant funds. So we're gonna continue with that. I'm working with the group Emblem Strategies out of Edmond, Oklahoma City area with ABORD. I've put them in contact with the city of Alva and the city of Lenoka because they think they can help them with some infrastructure items. Working with the city on codes and things like that, working with the chamber. Right now, AVAR, we're looking for an engineer for a water project, and so are in the beginning processes of that. I've sent in several RFIs to the Department of Commerce. I know the last one, I just got notified that we weren't selected. But, and then that's, working with some retail companies and things like that to see if we can get them here. But outside of that, that's it.
Y'all have any questions?
What's an RFI, remind me?
Requests for information.
Okay,
Companies will get a hold of the state, and the state will send it out to all economic development people in the state, and then they, if it fits their area, they send in all the information they wanted.
okay, that makes sense, I could remember
Okay.
what it was.
Anything else? Nope. We're adjourned.